bouncy balls and those paddle ball things where the paddle is like attached to a string with a ball in badminton. And fuck, I don't know. This was a weird intro. Whoopee cushions. I'm trying to keep it fun, like yo-yo, slinky, whoopee cushion. What else could there be? Rubber chicken. I don't know. Now it's like dipping into like clowning. Wasn't planning on getting rubber chickens involved, but it just took a weird direction. I hope your day's full of rubber chickens. That'd be a weird thing for your day to be full of. Just like everywhere you go, there's like a rubber chicken in the corner. Wasn't planning on dedicating this much time to rubber chickens, but things get weird. Especially when you're on THC like me. There's one thing that I love. It's Absolute Extracts. Absolute Extracts is this amazing distillate brand, and they make the best quality THC products. They have so many different things to choose from. Some of my favorites are their vape cartridges, because you know what you're getting. It's not like a weird black market vape cart. You're not going to get sick from it. It is good shit. And they also make sublingual Sleepytime Drops, which I love. I suffer from insomnia, and I just put a little bit under my tongue and I'm out like a light. Just like that, I'm asleep. And that's why I love Absolute Extracts. You can go to ease.com and enter discount code SHENK, SHENK, for 20% off all Absolute Extracts products. And yeah, I recommend doing that. They also make this amazing sparkling water called Hi-Fi Hops that actually is infused with THC. So it's kind of like drinking a beer, but a weed beer, and they're really, really good, and I love them so much. So check that out as well on abx.org. Okay, guys, I have an amazing episode for you this week with Tony Hinchcliffe. But before we get into this week's episode with Tony Hinchcliffe, I just want to let you know that I will be headlining in Palm Desert on December 8th. That's right, I'm headlining at the Hood Bar in Palm Desert December 8th. So if you're in the desert, come out, come support live comedy. Make sure to follow me at Princess Shank on Twitter and Instagram for all of my show dates. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode with Tony Hinchcliffe, everyone. Here it is. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Shank. I'm Sara Weinshenk, and today's guest is Tony Hinchcliffe.
What? It's me? Hello everyone, good to be here. Another podcast.
How often are you doing podcasts?
I don't know. Too much?
Yeah.
For sure.
Right.
I got nothing good to say.
Nothing good to say?
I'm a bad person.
You're a bad person?
I've been called what is unlikable.
But you're not. It's a common misconception.
That's what I say.
He's a likable guy.
And I'm a nice guy.
And you're a nice guy. Let it be known that Tony Hinchcliffe is a likable guy and a nice guy.
I've been told as of late by important people that I'm considered unlikable.
Well,
are these headphones on?
I mean, they're on, but I don't hear us in them. Do you?
Yeah, there we go. Now we're getting there. It's like a professional studio with two guys doing nothing.
Yeah.
This is why I'm considered unlikable. See how quick it just happened? I forgot.
You just say things as you see them. Is that what's happening?
So what I'm doing now,
yes.
I'm breaking this news on this show.
Okay, I'm so happy to have you breaking it.
Out of all the podcasts I do, this is the one I selected to break this news.
Break it.
That I am starting a whole new image for myself of likability. So I'm a nice guy now. I'm a nice guy.
Okay.
I'm going to be nice to everybody. I think the production here is amazing.
Oh, thanks for noticing.
I think Gage's haircut is perfect.
Gage is looking perfect.
Gage, the producer.
Gage has pink hair, and it's perfect, and he did it himself.
And it's curly, and it looks like he wears 3 different baseball caps to get it how he has it.
Yep, but that's just natural Gage. Also, okay, I like this rebrand.
Yep.
I like that you're starting here.
Instead of roasting, I'm toasting. And this first
no.
toast goes out to all the fans and all the fans of comedy and every art form. Everybody out there, just a toast to you.
A toast to you, and also maybe to the haters, too.
No.
Let's toast the haters, too, because they're going to be in the comments. We're ready for you, bitches.
This is something... If you've ever loved commenting on a YouTube video, this is the one, guys.
This is the
it.
one.
Weinshenk and Hinchcliffe. This is Attorneys at law, get ready.
We're giving you the content you asked for.
He's clearly gay. Look at what he looks like. Look how his legs are crossed. Look how he talks. Look at his bone structure. What is this?
She's not a real stoner. She doesn't even inhale.
Yep. And we don't.
Yep.
And we fake smoke pot and we fake do comedy.
We fake do everything, and that's what we're addressing today.
That's just this is something I never would have said as the old Tony. This is Likeable Tony.
Likeable Tony, the big rebrand. We're gonna have to call this episode Likeable Tony.
This is it.
So yeah, it's like Tony meets Mr. Rogers is what I'm envisioning.
And that's what I've been doing. I mean, just
cardigans,
playing with train sets with people. Little puppets that I'm bringing into my act. I'm going to be, at the Comedy Store tonight. A lot of people are going to expect, wow, there he is right in the heart of the lineup. This is the tough guy. This is Mean Tony. He's probably going to make fun of some people right off the top of his head. Opposite. Coming out, you know what I'm going to do first? A toast.
No,
a toast. I know we're all having fun, but I'd like to take a moment on this evening to make a toast here at the Comedy Store. And people are going to be waiting for this punchline, and it's not going to come. I'm just going to let it.
You're just going to be making new fans.
Yep.
Based on likability alone.
That's right.
Ugh. Sounds cheesy.
Well, speaking of sounds.
Yeah.
That's gonna change too. I'm getting a new voice put
into
my
new
skull.
Voice?
Yeah, I talked to a doctor about this. A big Beverly Hills plastic surgeon is gonna do a voiceotomy.
I mean, a voiceotomy sounds like the most legit thing I've ever fucking heard. You're gonna come out sounding like Stephen Hawking or something?
Yeah, Stephen Hawking's.
I
think it's Stephen Hawking. But it's
Stephen Hawking. It's funny that comment and tell us how dumb we are in the comments. Just let us know. Just like, that bitch is so dumb. She only got to where she is because she's hot. Whatever you want to say.
Yeah. And that's just me. They're talking about me.
Yeah. Like big thighs.
There is something
They love
funny.
talking about a thigh.
I mean,
on the internet.
I mean, well, I can't really.
Can't.
You know what I mean?
They're big thighs.
I mean, like, well, we all have our. It's like me. Like, I have like little, tiny legs.
And people like to find that thing.
Oh, or those things.
Multiple
Look, my feet are
things?
bigger than they should be. It's ridiculous. Nothing matches here, people. Let's just do it ourselves.
Yeah, let's
do the comments, and then they have to. In the comments, they have to come up with their own show.
I like that.
All right.
Should we keep thinking of more comments?
I like this. It's good to be here with the.
Here we go.
But this is Likeable Tony, so it's really hard for me to be a YouTube commenter.
I mean, you could be a YouTube comment. I can handle it.
No, I can't even. I wouldn't even know where to begin with.
I don't even know where to begin. He starts out saying he's Likeable Tony. Now he's retracting it. He just starts fucking roasting me. He's hulking out.
Regular Tony's trying to come out. Okay, hey, it's a beautiful day.
It's like the Hulk.
God damn it. No.
How many coffees do you have in a day?
A lot. However, on this weird day, this is my first real coffee. I had some espresso earlier. This is late to be starting coffee for me. And I just had a crazy ass juice.
What kind of juice? When you say crazy ass ginger?
I'm afraid. Yeah, I'm afraid if I talk about this juice, Likeable Tony's gonna be out the window.
Okay.
It was a turmeric, ginger, maybe orange, turmeric, ginger. It was super fresh pressed at a stupid juice
Likeable
place.
Tony's.
There it goes.
They're gonna love that shit. This asshole pays $12 for a juice. He's probably not even full. That's why he's so skinny.
That's right.
That whole thing.
Right.
You know?
Even though there was 2 scoops of
protein,
oat protein or whatever in there. I mean, just it gets. The more I describe the juice, the worse it gets.
Why do you think it is people like picking on us on YouTube?
Oh, come on. If we say this, it's just game over.
Yeah. You're right.
Because they definitely wouldn't trade lives with us.
No.
They are happy on that, third and fourth screen name that they're on.
Yeah.
Just trying to remember the login. fucking bitch, bitch. You know, they're all just, you know, it's like, what are you going to do? It's a whole different beast. I can't blame them. If I was them and I saw me, and I know what.
And I saw me.
Like, I'm a pro wrestling fan. It's like in that art form, there's good guys and bad guys.
Yeah.
Period.
Right.
And I know that I'm a bad guy. And it's not a thing you want to be in comedy. I get that. But that's why I sort of like it. It's because it's a different sort of thing. And there's
but you're
there's
not
people that,
really a bad guy.
Right.
It's just like you have an edge.
Sure, I know. Yeah. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is that, but in comedy, that's like a bad case. Everybody's, you know, I mean,
What
this
do
is
they
a
want you
world
to do?
where
Like a cruise ship vibe? Like, there's nothing worse than that.
Well, what I've been told as of late, I'll share this with you.
Okay.
This was really only one person that told me this.
But of course, that's what you focus on.
Of course.
The one bad thing that the one person says.
Right. And it's like, and I even asked, I asked her, I go, so when you say that the perception of unlikability is high, you mean in the material or off stage or and the person literally said, it's not even that, it's like delivery. Like in between my material, I've been told that I don't smile enough.
No. No.
Which is I don't know. I just don't. I just think that some people I
don't get it.
I guess they don't. Because as of late, I mean, I've been having more fun than ever, obviously. I mean, you should always.
That's like the worst thing I feel like somebody could say to me. Like, smile more when you're on stage.
Well, it's different. It's different with what they're talking about with me because this is right after I do, you know, I'm
vicious.
That's the word I was trying to not say. But right now, it really is like the topics and the tone and what I'm writing about, what I'm talking about. You know, I don't want to give away my set list here, but they are controversial subjects that, granted, there's, you know what I mean, people make jokes about them out there in different ways, but what I'm doing is specifically built to almost get a 75% laugh, 25% like, oh, like sort of like that.
Yeah,
or like, oh, like that.
Controversial
Yeah,
topics.
I like it. But leaning harder, obviously, towards laughs. I mean, you have to.
Right.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, it sounds like common sense, but at the same time, it's like I'm also talking about these things in the middle of people that are trying to kill as hard as they possibly can. If it's at the Comedy Store or if I'm getting headlining my own show that people have seen me before. I'm going back to these cities now for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th times doing an hour. So it's not like I'm just, and I didn't even, it's been a few years since I recorded my last hour. So it's like this hour, there's a lot of chunks of it that might be a year or two, right? Or even 3 old, certain parts that are tight and, that are depending on the, depending on the pacing and the timing of the crowd, they change and where I'm at and what things I can add in or take out and this
Totally.
And that. But anyway, yeah, I got off on like 3 tangents there. But my point is when I do these jokes, I lock it in and seem serious. Those are the parts.
You stay in the pocket.
Exactly. Right. Which then.
Is Tony 101.
Before going into the next joke. And yeah, and that's something that took a long time. So it's like when people say that and they're like, yeah, there's a reason why comedians don't do that. It's like, it's like, well, that's what I've spent years in that. I mean, now 12 years in that dungeon doing it,
Yeah.
Putting myself in hard spots and doing shows that I don't need to do and probably shouldn't do because some of them are,
whack.
Yeah, whack. The bad lineups and this and that. And, you're doing a favor for somebody, but you get to learn a lesson there, here or there, whether it's good or bad, or you know what I mean. Just
so this is why you're introducing puppets into your act.
Puppets. I got Puppies. Puppets and Puppies is actually my new podcast. I'm no longer gonna do Kill Tony. I'm doing Puppets and Puppies.
Puppets and Puppies.
I'm leaving Kill Tony at the height of its touring and success.
And leaning into Dalmatians and Bulldogs.
Puppets and puppies, puppets and puppies. It's just a bunch of fucking puppets and puppies.
And butterflies flying everywhere.
It's just puppies, like not knowing what to do around puppets.
And you just petting them.
Yep. And then I'm petting a puppet. The puppet's petting a dog. And the dog has its hand on a puppet.
Nothing seems more likable than that.
I
think you should absolutely make Puppets and Puppies.
That's a hit.
Right?
Season
and it's
3.
just you as you, surrounded by puppets and puppies.
That's it.
I'm 100% on board with this idea.
Yep.
Nothing says likable like puppets, puppies. Maybe a real baby.
A baby, a cat.
A cat.
A kangaroo on an LED screen in the background just going back and forth so that
a
it can't hurt
hologram
anything.
Kangaroo.
Yep. Yeah.
Are kangaroos dangerous?
Lizzo. Everybody loves Lizzo.
Oh, we got to get Lizzo.
Just,
yeah.
Again, on hologram Lizzo.
We need hologram Lizzo for sure. Yeah. Beyonce. Can you have Lizzo and Beyonce?
The question
That's
is,
a lot of power.
can we have Lizzo, Beyonce, and Trump? Just to really get it, because at this point, if you're
Cover
going to be
all
likable,
brands.
you have to be likable to everybody, right?
Yeah, we need Trump, Beyonce, and Lizzo.
People are like, hey,
hands.
I'm like, hey, you don't like the Lizzo, Beyonce side? Look over here.
Yeah.
It's the Trumps. It's the whole family, everybody. So yeah, I'm just switching everything to likable Tony.
Likeable Tony. So what else about Likeable Tony? Likeable Tony's so funny. You totally have like this huge identity shift, and you go from being like, you know, edgy to just like super squeaky clean. You start wearing fucking suspenders.
Oh, that's what you should see is all my new material. You want to know what I'm talking about?
What?
Puppets and puppies. It's just nonstop. Puppies are crazy, right? Like, I got so many puppies. Who here loves puppies? A lot of questions now to the audience. You guys having fun?
Oh,
Where's
no.
my people at?
Make some noise if you're having fun.
Come on. I'll tell you what, I do this a lot. You guys can do better than that. How about you make some more noise? Was that a lot of noise or what?
Make some noise. Keep it going. All those.
It is
fucking
fun
things.
on. I hate it when people do that in stand up, but I love it when. I love doing it on Kill Tony on the live podcast. There's something about those audiences. At the top of those shows, I always go to that main mic and I'll go, whatever city we're in, make some fucking noise.
Yeah.
And it's always just the coolest feeling.
Yeah, but that's different than
Yeah.
if you're like.
Right, stand up.
On
Go on, make
stage.
some noise.
It's so bad, right?
There are
Ooh.
so many things that are so bad, and they
Ukuleles.
Ooh.
A uke.
Ooh. Now, luckily, again, I've been in position lately where I'm not around a lot of these things. But my memories.
Let me just tell you.
But my memories of the old uke players coming up.
The uke players.
Ah,
The uke players, they have the confidence. I don't know where it comes from.
comes from the uke. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Without those
Strings.
4 strings. It might be 5. Gage. Producer man, how 4? Boom,
Whoa.
nailed it.
He knew right away.
Whoa.
It was like a 4.
Ain't
no
a
question.
thing but a uke string. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, can you play any instruments?
This is gonna be this is a hard question.
I see the people in the comments.
This is a hard question for likable Tony to answer.
Will likable Tony admit he has a perfect pitch?
Again, I cannot. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know what perfect pitch is.
Okay.
I can play musical instruments, and if given a musical instrument, I can play a version of almost any song that I can.
No.
Yes, in a matter of minutes.
Comment below. They're gonna.
There you go.
They're gonna be like.
There you go.
You can.
Pretty much instantly. especially on piano. Guitar's hard for me. There's something about that. But a couple of years ago, one of the last instruments I really figured out was the bass guitar. I was lucky enough to get lessons from Tal Wilkenfeld.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And she was able to sort of be able to get me to figure that out, because the bass, it's not as like, I don't know, my fingers just don't like the way that a normal guitar works. I've never really been that big of like a guitar guy anyway.
A guitar guy? I want to get a keyboard.
Keyboards are the shit.
And just like unwind.
Keyboards are the shit.
I think people will love that too. I think they'll comment on that too. They'll be like, oh, she's talking shit on ukes. Now she's contemplating playing a keyboard. Who does this bitch think she is?
Absolutely. Eat it up, haters. We get to have hobbies while living our dreams. What? Oh my God. Fuck you. What do you mean? Yep. We had in the house that I was raised in, we had an upright piano, an old one of those old heavy ones. Yeah, that leaned up against the windows. The only windows on the first floor of my old house that didn't have bars on them, because we used that as sort of like, I guess not we, by the way, because it had probably been there for like, the 20 years or 30 years before I was even born, up against those windows. So like when I was a little kid, I would jump up on the thing and play it, and then it started from there. I had a keyboard a few years after that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, the piano's a fun thing, I think, to just sort of like, I think that's how a lot of people should learn how to play it. It should just be like a part of it's so weird that such a cool instrument was in that house. Like,
yeah. It is cool to just have, like, if you just have it in your house and then you like dabble in it.
Exactly. And you sort of pick it up. Yeah. That's what I was going to say.
It's like you don't make it such a thing.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you know what you're doing. You're like, hey, check out what I know how to do. And then you get better at it.
Yeah. I'm just going to get a keyboard. And so that when I read hurtful YouTube comments, I can just come and decompress. Like Elton John. What happened? Another bad night of comments. Just like playing the piano in my room, rocking back and forth. Oh, so funny.
Oh man, I actually had a ukulele at one point too.
You did?
Yeah, many years ago. So I think someone gave it to me as a gift.
And
I think like I wanted a guitar or something, and someone gave me a ukulele. That's been the story of my life.
That's
as far
hilarious.
As gifts from people, they always
What's
get
the worst gift you've ever gotten?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now. It's funny because the ukulele guitar thing reminded me of the main one, which was...
That's so funny. Wanting a guitar and getting a uke.
Well, this one's even better. You ready for this one?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever told this story before either. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows?
First ever.
Maybe. Another exclusive along with Likeable Tony. You're going to love this Tony. One. Fans of Likeable Tony are going to love this one. Here we go. So, again, raised poor as hell, right?
Right.
So, but my mom would always, at times, make it look like we're getting by. So, like, I would have the, whatever, in third or fourth grade, whatever the team basketball shoes where I would have those, right? The new Nikes, whatever. Anyway. But we were super poor. And so I wanted a computer because all my friends had computers at home, these big desktop computers with the tower and the monitor and the keyboard. And, everybody just had, it was the new thing.
Yeah.
But everybody, all of my friends who always, it's another weird part of how I'm wired is all my friends always had money. And I was the one kid that didn't have money or really a dad in my life either. Anyway,
no money, no mom, dad.
Right, which
fuck.
Two things you need to know before I start this story.
Okay.
So I asked my mom for a computer for Christmas, right? My mom's a pretty smart lady, pretty thrifty, right? And I'm pretty sure I'm going to get this computer. Right? There's something telling me like everybody else has a computer. She knows computers are a big deal. I have computer class. Computers are a thing, even though she's old school. Mind you, my mom's a lot older than most moms. She had me when she was 38.
Okay.
which is late. Anyway, so it's like Christmas morning or whatever, and I see this giant box, and I'm like, that could only be one fucking thing. And I open this thing up, and I'm so excited. And when I tear down the one main part, I see that on the cardboard box, there's like a picture of a monitor and a keyboard, and I'm like, holy shit, here we go. And I open it, and it says like something like Brother, I think Brother was the company, Brother word processor with printer capabilities or something like that. And yeah, it was like this. It was like
No. So what was it like?
I'm going to tell you exactly what it was like. It was a fucking typewriter.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
With a goddamn giant monitor that you could plug the typewriter into the monitor and see what you're typing on a monitor. It was just torture. It was like having
I feel like
decoy.
I had one of those as a kid.
Yeah.
It just like has like word perfect and nothing else or something.
I don't even know if it had word. I don't even know what about
Oh
word
my
perfect.
God.
It was torture because now you have this thing that looks like a computer.
No.
It smells like a computer. It felt like a computer. But you'd hit a letter and just tick, 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 tick. You know what I mean?
You had like a bootleg computer.
I think you could also type and then like hit print. It would just.
No.
It was the worst, man.
Oh.
One of those ones where also, but you know, what's funny about that is that looking back on it, so weird because I remember like not wanting to disappoint my mom and being like, what the fuck?
Yeah. That's the weirdest thing about getting a present you don't like. Is like selling the fact that you like it.
Oh, what a hard sell. Oh my God.
So you have to act like you're amped.
Right. And you don't bring it up until you guys get into a big argument.
And then you say, and that's not even a computer.
It's not even a fucking computer. Yeah. I'm the poor kid, Mom.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the fucking poor kid.
And that's how it always comes out. So true. Ugh. In high school.
That's why when it's like sometimes every once in a while we'll be hanging out. I'll be hanging out with a friend or something like that, and they'll be like, Jesus, you know, what's up with that? Really, a Corvette, dude? I think about that shitty word processor not being able to get what I want back then. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah, Corvette.
Airplanes and all this shit. I'm overcompensating.
Oh yeah,
everything. I'm overcompensating.
So what's going on with you flying airplanes? Can we talk about that?
You were about to say,
Tony?
how do we end up on airplanes? Again, flying.
Does Likeable Tony talk about his hobbies?
Flying airplanes. Flying airplanes as a hobby, as a stress reliever
is not
in
gonna
life
make you
is
likable.
not likable, Sarah. You're asking all the questions about, hey, can you play every instrument or flying airplanes? Or can you tell us perhaps about arenas with Rogan? Huh?
Tell me about arenas with Rogan, flying airplanes,
No,
and the perfect pitch.
The airplane thing is crazy because it's just it's like anything. It's like a real fancy video game, except you're up in the sky, man.
But do you ever freak out? Is it ever like not down?
No, that's not an option.
Yeah, or you die.
Yeah, freaking out's not an option.
Like, do you pass birds?
You don't really. You'd be
like
shocked.
A cartoon
you'd
version.
be shocked. You'd be shocked to know how few birds are up there
really?
And getting in the way of planes. Yeah, I think that's a common misconception.
You're higher than the birds.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're higher than the birds, and also people say that with planes too. Like, oh man, what if you hit a plane up there? It's like the odds of that, if you really think about how massive the sky is and all these things. I mean, to hit a plane, you almost have to be on a set path, laid out, basically like out of like Breaking Bad.
Right.
How that guy did that. You have to really like time it out, because even if they're on the same path, for them to hit the same area in the same moment is insane.
So what made you want to learn how to fly a helicopter or an airplane?
No helicopters for me. I'm just straight
Airplanes?
planes, man. Helicopters.
No helicopters, straight planes.
No desire.
This is not going to be good for Likeable Tony.
I know.
People are going to be like, he's a fucking pilot now.
Wait, what? No helicopters? What? He's not into hovering? Yeah, no, the plane thing is like, what happened was I was just on so many goddamn airplanes all the time now for 6 or 7 years continuously, sometimes by myself, sometimes with friends, sometimes with whoever. But it's been almost, a weekendly thing because I like doing the road and I like getting out there and seeing different cities and going back to places that, you feel a little bump here, you hear a little ding there, you wonder what that is. And
you wonder what that
noise is and
yeah.
how that works. And I've spent a lot of time sitting by the wings or towards the back of the plane. And you feel different things and you wonder why that's that. And it's just, I just started asking myself a bunch of questions, and then I asked. I went to the internet, and then I got a flight simulator a long time ago, actually.
A flight simulator for at home?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So how do you play with a flight simulator? On what?
It's not really playing. It's a serious business. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, you just have it. There's setups for it. I just have it in my living room.
You have a casual flight sim. This is crazy. What do you mean?
You can't call it a casual flight simulator. We have to edit this part out of the podcast. This is not Likeable Tony.
This is staying in.
I know, I'm kidding.
It's part of your rebrand.
Absolutely.
He's likable and he tells us everything about his hobbies.
But really the best flight simulators are available on an iPad. I highly recommend starting out, guys.
Okay.
And then once you sort of once you understand the energy and physics of it all,
yeah,
what it is and how it works, stuff gets pretty interesting. I'm
really?
not into the math and calculations part of it. I guess big part of it is having to figure this out or that out long term or in your in your computer systems and all that. But basically being able to look out and see and fly and look at your instruments and know what's going on.
Is it fun?
Yeah.
Is it easier to learn how to fly a plane than it is to drive a car?
Definitely not. Yeah, no.
No?
No.
I could barely drive a car and I've been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
I think I'm fine on the ground.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah. You're it's not for everyone. I don't need to flex.
It's definitely not for everyone. And it's one of those things once you're in it and you get it, it's easy, but it's not.
Yeah.
So I almost want to say that it's easy, but it's not. Yeah.
But you're trying to be likable.
Let me put it to you this way. It's easy if you're passionate about it. If it's something that you really want to do and see yourself doing, then just like anything, it's easy.
No, I see myself being driven around by somebody else flying a plane, but I don't see myself in the pilot's seat. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm chilling with a sleep mask on.
100%.
And a soda water.
Absolutely.
Something luxurious
and I agree with that. Of course, that's the life.
Yeah.
However, I want to know how to land that thing just in case anything ever happens.
Because you're a control freak, do you think?
Absolutely.
Was that a control freak?
Likeable
what
Tony.
Was that bump?
Yeah.
I need to know how to be able to handle this in an emergency. Right. Is that where it came from? Yeah.
I mean, there's a part of that to where which, by the way, fun fact, because I've looked into this, it literally never happens. That doesn't happen where anybody's does anyone know how to... it's literally
I volunteer as tribute.
It's never happened before in the history of time.
But
it's not a thing that everything happens, and that's never happened to where someone's I know how to land a plane. But again, there's this thing out there in the world where it's people think that's a thing. They get it confused with, is there anyone who's a doctor on this plane? Yeah. That's a big one.
Or do you volunteer in an emergency to help? Those emergency exit rows? No, I don't. Right. I've said no before. I've moved.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no one's helping.
All bets are off.
Absolutely.
If the shit hits the fan and we're gonna die, I am not responsible for anyone's life except my own.
Yeah. I remember one time last Skankfest in New York, no, 2 Skankfests ago in New York City, during one of the crazy moments, Red Band twisted his ACL and busted his ACL out, right? And then so after that, we had more tour dates after that, right? And so we're getting on planes and getting off, and he has this big brace on, and so he boards the plane first on one of, on some of these flights because he's like injured or whatever.
Yeah.
So maybe he has a crutch. I can't remember what the setup was, but he was pretty banged up.
Yeah.
And I remember him boarding early, and then it's like Jeremiah and I getting on, and I remember seeing Brian in the emergency exit row.
No.
And the lady, you know what I mean? And we're walking by like, wait, what? And
why is
at
he
one point we saw the lady goes up to him, like he was like 2 rows ahead of us or whatever, and she's like, "Sir, are you sure that you're going to be able to assist in case of an emergency?" I'm just dying. First of all, normal Brian would never help in an emergency exit. He would crack that door and jump for his life. He'd be the first one out, just head first down those slides, just.
Oh my God. Could you imagine an emergency having to be responsible? No. You'll be like, here, hold the puppets, hold the puppies.
Yeah.
I'm landing this craft.
That's right. Puppets, puppies, you're the co-pilot now.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the co-pilot. I'm just a puppet. You want to tell me what to do. That was my puppy impression.
That was a solid puppy impression.
I'm really known for my animal impressions are new, people. You're going to have to work with me on it. This is just the beginning.
I can't wait.
We're going to get to see the growth of puppy impressions and puppeteering.
Puppeteering. Cheers to that. I mean.
Another toast.
What
was once a roast is now a toast again and again. Was once mean and now we're lean.
Lean and clean?
That's right. Now we're clean. That's even better.
Yeah.
Little punch up there.
Yeah, a little punch up. That's okay. Taught me how to punch stuff up on Kill Tony.
That's right. We had a lot of fun.
Full circle.
There you go. Now you're helping me.
Yeah.
Likeable Tony. The new era.
Likeable Tony.
Coming live January 2020.
I love it. This huge rebrand.
But
it's funny because like you're likable.
Uh-huh.
Maybe because I'm friends with you, I think I find you to be likable.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I like to think that people would get it.
I think people would get it too, and I think that it's it's weird because something that could be viewed as one way can also be viewed as like being your greatest asset.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So like anything that's like your defect could also be your asset. In a way, you're like, this is what actually sets me apart, is that I'm not questioning who I am.
Right.
I'm staying in the pocket.
It's an interesting time because look, Netflix and that's really who's controlling comedy right now. And the stuff that I'm talking about can't be there. And I know this now. It's all become clear to me. When it comes to my stand-up, at least the current large product of it. Like I could do some snippet show or whatever, one of those 15-minute, 30-minute storyteller shows or whatever. But anyway, so it's like, so that's going to be a separate thing. And then Likeable Tony. Then that's it.
Likeable Tony.
Right.
But Likeable Tony, I think it's funny. I love Likeable Tony.
Hey, it's going to be fun for at least a little while.
You're just going to come out whistling.
Yeah. Whoa, am I making noise or are you making noise?
Always making noise. So do you have anything coming up, like any fun Kill Tonys that you guys are going?
We have a lot of fun stuff coming up. We're going back to Columbus, Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for our holiday run. Going to visit some Fam Bam. Going to take the whole crew of boys to my dad's Italian restaurant.
You are?
Yeah.
What are you going to get to eat?
I'm probably going to have, well, I mean, everything's amazing, but I'm probably going to have, depending on if my dad recommends it, which he probably will, the seafood pasta, what do they call it? Frutti di mare, I believe. Is that correct?
That sounds.
Is that right? That's a thumbs up. That's
that's
Italian
a thumbs up.
seafood pasta that
Likeable
my dad
Tony's
makes. Linguine.
Bilingual.
Calamari, some squid, some this.
That sounds
and that.
good.
Oh yeah, it's great. And the peppers and oil, the Italian bread that he has, maybe a little. He always makes me eat a little bit of salad.
He does.
Yeah,
still.
it's a weird thing. Yeah,
That's some dad shit.
I'm only there once a year maybe.
Eat that salad.
Yeah, you got to eat some salad. Eat your greens. He's ridiculous. People would not believe. You wouldn't believe unless I had video footage of.
Why?
Because you wouldn't believe how Italian and ridiculous my dad is.
What do you mean, like an Italian stereotype?
Beyond, like he's like
the
thing that it's written. He's the
Like what?
Like
Mario from Super Mario.
You have to realize that like watching The Sopranos for me would be that's comparable to, other than like how much money they had. Like The Sopranos to me would be like Pauly Shore watching a documentary about the Comedy Store.
Okay.
Like with some things tweaked to a more, not Jersey, more like Ohio Italian, like sort of like white trashy, but like my dad is, very much like Tony Soprano or very much like Chaz Palminteri's character in A Bronx Tale, or like 3 of the characters in Goodfellas.
Okay.
Very, very cool, sleek, like.
What? This is blowing my mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Really?
And
he sounds like Italian when he talks?
As Italian, as Italian as it gets. Like really, like fuck yeah. Well, no, he doesn't do like the weird. He's not very physical. He's very cool, if that makes sense. Like he's a cool dude.
Yeah.
Older again, you know what I mean? He's like 72 now or something, but he's a sleek. So what are you doing? What's happening? What'd you guys do today? I mean, ridiculous with the cross and the.
Oh, he has a cross.
I'm basically actually probably dressed like what he's wearing, except he has like black pants, and he usually wears like a cool like black like windbreaker type of thing with like a collared.
Okay, my dad loves a windbreaker.
Oh man, my dad is like. I mean, he doesn't like Adidas stripes either, so it's always like cool, sort of just plain. But also, as embarrassing as this is, on summer days and stuff, and I don't know if he still does it, but wife beater with the gold chains, with the cross and the horn and that's with the fucking saint whatever, the protector, right? The emblem of whoever.
Saint Christopher or something.
Probably.
Shit. That circle one?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Catholic school.
That's right. Catholic school, where we teach you about the devil.
Yeah, Catholic school, where we teach you.
I went to a Catholic school too.
You did?
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Because in my neighborhood, you couldn't go to the public school because it was really, 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 really dangerous. So they had to put me in a private school.
I went to Catholic school because the people who went to public school where I grew up are just dumb.
Oof. Is that the Valley?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're like
all these kids just raised by their cleaning lady.
Yeah. Yeah. But Catholic school is weird. Right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do it again.
Yeah, no, that was
fucked up.
It was really fucked up. Man.
Right?
It was really fucked up.
Right? What about it? All of it.
Fucked up. Well, they're trying to make you a good person. They're trying too hard. They're trying to, like, you can't do that. That's bad. That's wrong.
They're like, don't have sex. You're eating Jesus's body when you eat that bread. And you're like, what's happening?
Right.
What are your sins? Tell me. And you're like, I don't know, because I'm fucking in first grade. Right. What are my sins?
Right. So bizarre.
It's so bizarre, and there's so much weird ritual around it, and you're like, what's even happening?
Catholicism would you know, they could have really, they remind me of like, I think Democrats, here we go. Here's unlikable, here's likable Tony.
Okay, likable Tony.
I'm going to give advice to the Democrats instead of saying what they're doing wrong.
Okay, give advice.
I think that they should do a massive rebranding. Massive.
Okay.
And I think that my point is, I think they're going through right now what the Catholic Church went through like 15, 20 years from now. Like they need to like evolve a little bit, because what you just said is all the stuff that, you know, weirds, I think, a lot of people out. Yet they keep it. Why? To keep the traditions that the 60, 70, 80, 90-year-olds are used to. Like they really messed up. Catholicism should be business a booming, and they have all the money and all of
the outfits.
All of entertainment goes through it. They have cool outfits.
They have cool outfits. They could like pimp
You
them
and I
out.
are both dressed like, what is it? Seminary?
Yes.
Is that the word?
Seminary folk.
Hey, another thumbs up.
We look like
Producers are
young
fun,
missionaries.
Yeah, we do. Heck yeah. This is it. We're in the comments. Look at these two missionary.
Oh, they went to Catholic school. Her last name's Jewish. What the fuck?
Yeah,
what
something
a hack.
seems off. This is where we're going to expose them. Oh, just you wait. Because at the end of this video, just you wait. This is going to be the greatest exposure ever.
So funny.
Trust me, this is the video. Stick with me here. We have something extra special coming up. Exposure.
Likeable Tony, do you have anything coming up you want to promote? That's our episode.
Oh, we did it? Really?
Yeah.
So Kill Tony's all over. I'm doing stand-up New Year's Eve, Plano, Texas, and a bunch of dates in Calgary, Canada, Tempe, Arizona, Boston,
Ooh.
Houston, Texas just got announced. San Antonio, Texas just got announced. Those are all Kill Tony's and stand-up shows, which is very exciting. I go to Texas now every month or two. It's insane.
Really?
It's absurd.
That's so cool.
Love Texas. Texas loves me. I go to a Buc-ee's. I get some stuff that I need when I get there. You know what a Buc-ee's is? Have you ever been to Texas?
No.
Oh my goodness.
But
wow.
I've been thinking about going to Texas.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
What's a Buc-ee's?
We gotta get you to Texas. I'm mad that my Plano New Year's Eve in Plano is one night only, or else I'd be like, I can't believe you've never been to Texas. Well, we should go to Texas, but
I need to get Western boots.
Yeah, you need to go to Texas, dude. You ever been to Nashville?
No.
What?
I haven't been to Nashville or Texas.
Oh, this isn't good. There's a whole part of
the U.S. I need to see.
Yeah, it's like style and art. You're gonna love it.
Fuck.
Texas is the shit, dude.
Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what are your favorite parts of Texas?
Look, Gage is from Texas. He knows what the fuck's up.
He's doing a double thumbs up with a huge grin on his face.
Now, a lot of dorks would say Austin first because they're dorks and they haven't seen the rest of the country and know that Austin's sort of like, you know, it's got good parts to it and it's a lot like other great cities, you know. It's got flavors of Portland and flavors of Seattle and maybe a little
That's what I've heard.
Right.
Yeah.
So to me, Austin's just like the third coolest city in Texas. The number 2 spot I would give to Houston. A lot of fun memories there. A lot of great people and food and fucking a lot of fun I've had there, let me tell you. And the fun fact about Houston is I believe it's the 3rd biggest city in the country, maybe the 4th, but it's growing fast. So it's like the sides, it's one of those cities a lot like Columbus, Ohio, that isn't as big, but it's like this because the suburbs are spaced out, so the city continues to grow, if that makes sense. Yeah. A lot of other cities have grown out to the suburbs around them, but Houston's getting bigger, so it's a good place to invest in property. Likeable Tony giving some real estate advice. There you go.
They're going to love that.
Just something being likable, just giving it away. I'm sure a lot of you people have a lot of extra money laying around. You're looking to invest in your real estate because you guys obviously, I mean, if you're watching this, you must already have your whole life exactly where you want it. 100% sure. So I mean, take some of that extra money and invest in Houston because it's just
Treat
gonna keep
yourself.
getting bigger. Yeah,
You heard it here on Shank. Likeable Tony.
But number one's Dallas. I want to get it out there. I'll get it out there clean. Gage, am I right about this? Gage has the full
He's
Walker,
now wearing
Texas
a cowboy
Ranger.
hat.
Yes.
Gage is now wearing a full cowboy hat and nodding.
You should wear that all the time, by the way. And I'm not just saying that because of your haircut. Okay, good.
You look powerful with it. He looks powerful.
Dallas has like 8 cities in it.
Oh, that's too much.
Fort Worth, Plano, Addison. What else?
Arlington.
Ooh.
Arlington?
Arlington.
Come on, give me another one, Gage. Just say it.
I said Plano, Fort Worth, Dallas,
Oh,
Arlington.
forget it. You
There's,
could have made it up. It wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are the good ones.
Well, that's our episode. Do you have
Okay.
anything coming? We already promoted your
Yeah,
stuff,
we pretty much got it out there. I'm Tony Hinchcliffe, but you guys know that. I mean, what are we doing here?
What's your Twitter? What's your Instagram?
I'm at Likeable Tony. No, I'm Tony Hinchcliffe on everything, and feel free to say hello and leave a positive comment below and rate and subscribe and just,
Do all those
show all
things.
your love and spread the likability.
Spread the likability. Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of Shank. I'm Sara Weinshenk. Please make sure to subscribe, rate, and review. And if you have fashion questions, you can always email shank, shenk.pod@gmail.com.
It's about fashion. What about, we didn't even get to talk about how cool my fashion is.
You have cool fashion.
Yeah.
I like your outfit today.
Oh, thank you.
We've added video. If you're just listening, go on YouTube. Look at Tony's outfit. He's killing it.
That's right. This is the company Represent. This is Nate Diaz's clothing line.
It's cool.
It's not designed by him, but he approves it, and his artist draws everything up. His name is David, and he
Ooh.
runs an entire amazing operation over there.
Yeah, it's really
for the
cool.
Diaz brothers, straight out of Stockton.
Straight out of Stockton.
So it's cool.
Check it out. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Thank you.